Hello everybody and welcome to episode number 17 of Saxlingham Survival. So we're making some progress. I'm not going to walk much further than here, not just this second. So last episode I finished it on a very short time lapse and we did a little bit of landscaping around here, which was much needed, and it just looks so much better. I'm so happy with the outcome. I need to stand about here so that you don't really see what's in the distance. Now, I ended that time lapse by saying that I didn't have a huge selection of sheds added, and I was going to have a little peek on Mod Hub. Well, I've done that, and I have found some good sheds, which did cost a little bit of money, but in doing some more landscaping, actually deleting some of the sheds, which you see in a moment, has actually paid me back almost more than what I'd paid on putting new sheds out. So it worked out quite well. So we're starting this episode on £39,161. And that's with a little bit more landscaping and a bit more improvement in this particular yard as well. So I have already recorded that. I did that separately. I did that quietly while the kids were around, so didn't really need volume for it anyway, so that was good. But I am just gonna show you that in a moment, just so you can see what's changed, because that end of the yard now is very different. We obviously cleaned up, we tidied up after ourselves in the last episode using the skid steer, so now what I've done is just what needed to be done. But we'll start with the usual. So on here we have there is so much. So you've got this here now, and we knew in the background this was building up, but now it's built up so much. We've got nearly 5 more pallets of tomatoes, nearly 7 more pallets of lettuce, which is the one that makes us the money, and nearly 7 more pallets of spring onion as well. We know how much difference that is going to make. I mean, we already seen it. I only had a small amount on the load on the back of the transporter, and got us a lot of money. That is a lot of money there. A lot of money there. We'll head up this direction. Again, I'm going to try not to look that way too much. There we go. I'll walk facing this way. So the priority was, I don't like the idea of leaving this here. Although actually it's relatively tidy. I would like somewhere that's got a big enough shed to get these in. Because these are all very long, as you can tell. They're all big. They won't fit into a standard shed, so I had to do something a little bit different. But there's 4 pieces of equipment there, which hopefully we can tidy up. Now this, you've seen this, so this is looking pretty good, I think. This, I did smooth this out a little bit. Look, can you see that? Smoothed it out a little bit better. Well, this is all in aid of me really wanting and would like to get a truck. We didn't do much around here. We created a little path, but this still needs quite a bit of landscaping, really. We'll do something to try and level that off a little bit, make it more accessible. However, it gives us perfect access into the field, which we will buy very soon. Maybe this episode. Maybe. I'm not too sure. Now, I just noticed passing by, we have got some canola oil. So those 3 were there last... This is the one that I nudged with the skid steer. They were there the last episode anyway, but what have we got in the background? Okay, so there's another 2,746, so not quite enough to generate us 3 more pallets. So we've got 5 pallets of this, or 5,000 litres. So we know that sells for about, what, did I say 5.5? Let me check very quickly. Let's have a look. So let's head to the seas. And it's getting close to the time of year that we want to sell this. Probably the next episode. Okay, well, so the price is actually at its highest right now. In fact, the highest price recorded previously was 5,550. At the minute, they're paying 5,681. So they're actually paying more, and the price is still going up. That's interesting. So we will sell them. I will just check, but I don't think the lettuce is right to sell this month. I'm pretty sure it's, yeah, big difference. January, we need to wait for January. So we won't do that in a minute. Goat milk is there. Where's normal milk? What are we looking like for milk? No, milk also January. Okay. So actually, maybe we'll pop the canola oil pallets onto the flatbed trailer and use the Deutz-Fahrer and just sell that down at the farmer's market. Oh, actually, we do still have the transport vehicle, don't we? Okay, well, we can probably use that then. Wonderful. Right. I've just seen how much milk we've got on that other menu, but 1,765 litres of milk, which is almost enough to fill our milk container, the milk urns there, which is good. But again, there's no point. We're not doing that right now. I'm simulating, by the way. You can't open this door. This door doesn't let you open it. That trigger there turns on lights somewhere. I don't know where. I'm guessing it turns on the lights for the cows. Maybe it's the one that just said. But I'm just kind of simulating. Like, in behind that door, there is a very small barrel. A milk cold store, a container. Just to justify the fact that I'm not selling the milk as quickly as I should. If this was Keep It Real and I didn't have a cold store, then potentially I'd have a rule where I needed to sell it every day. But anyway, food they're doing good for. They could be topped up, but that's not a problem. Straw they're still alright for. One thing I want to try in this episode, so we've got 6,367 litres of slurry, which is just a complete waste at the minute. We can't do anything with it. Where is the slurry tank? Is it down? Oh, I think I left it in there, didn't I? We can't do anything with it. But the mod description of the greenhouse, which isn't really a greenhouse, but the kind of open garden trigger that's there, suggests that it takes slurry. So I just want to, in fact, I'm going to start with doing that right now. And again, trying to do this without showing you too much of what I've done, because I need to show you that time lapse. Right, let's turn around here. I'm just going to start the episode here by trying to see if I can pick up slurry and put it into the greenhouse, because that would make a massive amount of difference. It really would. Maybe it won't work. The slurry in the background. Try not to show you what I've done. The slurry in the background is just kind of building up for no reason. If we own like a BGA or something, then we could put it in there, make some money out of it, transform it to digestate, which you could then still use to fertilise fields. So owning a BGA is a good option, but not in this series. We won't have the money. Mind you, by the time we sell all that canola oil and all of those vegetables, we probably will have enough money to buy a BGA. But that's the least of our priorities. I do wonder, I might check in a moment, is there a way... yeah, okay, slurry. I don't think that'll take all of it, will it? Is there a way to find out what you owe? So I would like to know how much hire purchase is left on this tractor, for example, or in general, how much. Because a priority needs to be paying that off, doesn't it? A series like this, I don't think can end at all if it's in debt. So the priority needs to be paying the debt off, doesn't it? Right. Is this going to do anything? And the honest... it does. Dump. Yeah, the mod description suggests that you can do this. Is this going to turn into solid fertilizer when I go into the menu? Okay, it certainly gave me a trigger, didn't it? Let's go into green. Yeah, it did. 6,399 litres as well. I didn't put that much in. I only put 3,000 litres in. So is slurry worth 2 solid fertilizers? I don't know. Wow. Okay. Well, that's good. Like I said, the mod description did kind of suggest you could do that, but I didn't know if you actually could. But you definitely can. Let's go in this view. So while we're here now, we'll get the rest of the slurry, obviously. And yeah, so it's not just a case of keeping an eye on all the manure. We can get rid of the slurry in there too. This is good. This is really nice. I know that greenhouse trigger probably is too much. Sometimes it gives you too much, but I can't help that. Hopefully this will get the rest of the slurry in there in one go. I think this holds just over 3,000. Boom. There we go. Perfect. Again, I'm trying to do all of this introduction into the episode without showing too much of the other side of the yard, because I will, it's 4 minutes maybe. I'm kind of editing this episode as I'm going, really, just so I can keep an eye on the time, because this is a weird kind of way of doing an episode. I don't normally record bits and then go back to it. So yeah, I'm going to try and keep an eye on the editing side of it, just to make sure that I don't get carried away. I don't want to make this a 2-hour long episode, let alone the fact that it would take me about 3 days to upload that. That wouldn't be any good. Right, let's go. So we'll just drop this back now in the efforts of tidying up, putting things in some sort of order, which would probably be the theme of the episode. Let's put the slurry tank actually with the slurry. That would be a good start. If I can see what I'm doing. That pillar is right in the wrong place, isn't it? Right, that's looking pretty hunky-dory. Better not go back any further. That looks like it's about to hit my shed. Good. Okay. Okie dokie. Right, I think we're pretty much there, to be honest, where I'll show you what I've done. And what I've done in that area isn't finished. So there's 2 things that I want to do very quickly before I go into this time lapse. Which you can kind of see a bit of it there. Look, let me hide it with the tree. Right, I want to go into the shop. And I want to get a chainsaw. Because we have a bigger tree. A much bigger tree. Look, we need to chop down. The tree behind the cow barn let me do with the axe. But that's why the stump's quite high. But the tree I need to get rid of, absolutely no chance. So chainsaws. I've activated a mod. There we go. You can't beat a steel. I wonder if that'll ever show up in the used shop though before I buy it. Okay, but we will get that one though, which is basically the base game one, but just a beaten up version, isn't it? Pretty much. Let's have a quick look in the shop. I've never ever seen a chainsaw in the shop, but we do really need a plow, by the way. This kind of prompts me. I don't think this is big enough. That's only 1.4 meters wide. That's quite pathetic, but actually it's just prompted me to say we definitely need a plow, because as soon as we buy this field from Walter, it's going to need ploughing pretty much straight away. One of the first things we need to do is plough it. Right, let's have a quick look. So this was all here before. There's 2 of the same trailer as well on there. It's typical, isn't it? That trailer's come in the shop twice now since I bought it. Luckily it was cheap. Right, what else have we got? 2 tethers just to wind me up. I don't know whether or not a forage wagon or pickup wagon is a good idea. No, probably not. What else have we got here? Oh, we've seen all of this, didn't we? Typical, that's come up in the shop now as well. Sometimes you just don't get what you want in the shop. Nothing there. That's interesting. We could do with a spreader, you know. Does that spread lime? We really could do with something like that, you know, because our own field is going to need lime, but also this new field that we buy, that we're yet to buy, it's probably going to need lime in, isn't it? I don't know if ploughing into grass means you need lime. Right, well that is possibly something we need to get, you know. I think so. And not really anything else here, is there? No. Okay. Right, that is potentially something we need to think about. Let's see. Oh, I need to get the chainsaw. Let's see how we get on in this episode with selling some bits, I reckon. Right, okay, so that, we're going to get that for 500. While I remember, because I know I will forget. You'll see the tree that I need it for in a moment, actually, which is kind of over here somewhere. So anyway, right, let's jump you straight into this time lapse of just the last little bit of landscaping I did, which was pretty much just that side of the yard. I think it looks kind of cool. It looks kind of random, but I'll do more to it. But it fits a purpose, and that purpose is these. Yeah, so I hope you enjoy it. It is literally just under 4 minutes long. I can't remember what kind of music I'll put with it, to be honest, but yeah, I hope you enjoy it, and I'll see you in a moment. Okay, there we go. So, I've just popped that time lapse in. I've edited it so I can pretty much tell you now, because I'm editing this in the middle of doing the episode, which is kind of strange. But we're pretty much on about, what are we saying? About exactly 20 minutes now, roughly, as I'm saying this. How close am I? I reckon so. Just slightly under, maybe 19 and a half minutes, something like that. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that short little time lapse, and now I can actually walk down there. So I can show you why I needed to buy the chainsaw as well. So down here, here we go. Right, so this area first of all, we did a little bit of this in the last episode, but we didn't do this. So I think I've just removed this shed. We have still got some bits there we needed to get rid of. But the chainsaw is here to get rid of this. One of the biggest trees that we've got. I might replant a tree, replace a tree here in this corner. Just to keep the kind of realistic... I don't want to be removing too many trees. I don't want to lose the characteristics of this particular plot. But that is smack bang in the middle of exactly where it needs to not be. So yeah, we're going to have to chop that down. I won't chop it down right now, but hopefully... Yes. The chainsaw does allow you to chop it down, albeit not very great. So that's annoying. That's the lowest I'm going to be able to cut it. Brilliant. Okay, right. Anyway, this is still here. This will go eventually. We will replace that with just some standard silos. It's also quite big, isn't it? So I want to make this gap here kind of a bit bigger, although it's way bigger than what it was. I mean, those barrels pretty much highlight the positions of where that other shed came to. So actually, it is bigger. It's just got a bit of a canopy, isn't it? Anyway, look at that. Look at that for storage. I think that's kind of cool. It looks a bit like a football stadium. But yeah, no, I like that. I like that. We can get the bigger things underneath there for definite. And... yeah, that's going to be perfect. What it has done, though, is highlight just how much rubbish I place down. So we've got the 2 barrels there we need to get rid of. We've got all of this stuff here that we need to get rid of. I think that's part of the actual shed itself, so that's fine. This is something we need to get rid of, which is now just kind of floating. And then around the back here, I kind of hit it quite well, but all of this is rubbish we need to get rid of eventually. But this is kind of out of sight, out of mind, isn't it? I could probably just smooth off that ground and pretend it's not there, maybe. But yeah, we do need to get rid of some bits now, which we will do. I forgot the last few episodes. Yeah, maybe I can... Let's do that now. I'm going to reward myself for being such a nice person. And I'm going to... Oh dear, no, don't sell that. That took me ages to place that. I'm going to delete my 2 from this episode, which is going to be them, because they're basically in the ground. So we'll get rid of those. And then I'm going to treat myself to 2 more I can get rid of. Which would be that one, because it's floating. Cool. And I think there's nothing else majorly over there. So I think we'll just get rid of that. Yes. Cool. Okay. There we go. Right. And then I'll call it even. I'll call it quits now then. And yeah, we're back to the 2 items per episode rule. That's better though, because that's freed up that bay there. And that weird thing that was floating's freed up that bay. So that's cool. That's good. 4 bays worth. And ironically, we have 4 really long pieces of equipment. The only thing we've got to worry about now in the future is the combine harvester, which we need to go and get, but hopefully that fits in that shed with no concerns. Now, I am just going to say something, and maybe someone in the live chat has probably been shouting at me, I don't know. But when I was editing this, I went straight past something I shouldn't have gone straight past. That. Well, I didn't even notice that until I did the editing. I mean, I'm sure it would have been there for the following episode anyway, but I'm kind of glad I did the editing that way, actually, because that's pretty much exactly what I've wanted. It's another one of those examples of everyone must think I know how to select what comes up in the shop, but I don't. Just that mod adaptation by Bendercat is so good. It gives you so many choices of things that quite often I get what I want, which is really good, really fortunate, really lucky, I guess. But anyway, right. So I'm gonna have a look at this now because I don't want it to delete. Cost 10 grand to do that, so we won't do that. Okay, so we won't do any of that. This has got a heck of a lot of customization on it though, isn't it? Design, no, I'm not bothered about that. Not for 500 quid, you can keep it. 500 quid for some mud flaps. Oh, yeah, see, that's 5 grand, but I really do prefer that. Does it change the interior? Yeah, it changes the interior. You actually have like a bed in there or something. Oh, you have a bed there anyway. I mean, we're going to hire purchase this, obviously, because we can afford to. So because it's on hire purchase, I'm just going to do that because I really think the Globetrotter, the top section of it just looks better, doesn't it? And I see these around me all the time. Maybe a tiny bit newer versions, but I always see the Globetrotter Volvo trucks all the time. I like it. Additional lights. Okay. Oh, for 200 quid, let's do it. Front strobe stance. What's that all about? Oh, that's a bit fancy, isn't it? Chassis color, main color. Okay, makes no difference. I am going to do that though. That splitter kind of looks quite cool, doesn't it? I think we should have a beacon. Capacities of fuel tank, I'm guessing. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Main color, here we go. What is the main color going to be? Does it cost us any more for a start? No. Okay. Don't like that. I also don't like that. Maybe we would just stick with black. Oh, so they start costing more money when you go into different colours. Well, that's annoying. Let's go with this kind of off blue colour, maybe. Yeah. Maybe. Really? Do we? I don't know. Black. Let's go with black. Cool. Right, I'm not going to spend too much more time doing that then anyway, because the colour was black in the shop. I mean, if we're buying it second hand, in theory, you're buying it the colour that it comes in. So we can't make too many changes to that, other than some additional bits, which we've done. So, right, 36,057. Again, we will hire purchase it. We will do it for 3 years. We will go option 1. That's £1,000 a month. So I need to be keeping track of this, to be honest. I'm not going to put a higher deposit down because we know we need the money for that field. So let's just do that. Fetch my purchase at the shop. What? Cool. Okay. Right. Well, I didn't expect to do that in this episode. I really, really want to get a truck. You know that. I've said that enough times now. I always wanted to get a truck. I wasn't expecting to actually get a truck. Yeah, and it's kind of a pointless truck, I guess, because it hasn't got a trailer. But we'll have to keep an eye on the used store for the trailer. But that is fine. That works quite well. Okay, good. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I mean, I want to chop this down. Am I right in thinking it goes the way that you're facing? So if I... Oh my gosh. I can't even get in there because the cedars there. If I do it that way, will it fall that way? Right, okay. I need to get into something that will help me move that. Where did I put the case? Oh, okay. The case is doing something suspicious with the bale, isn't it? Let's leave the case. I don't know how long it's going to take him to get over what he's doing. So we'll use the Deutz-Fahr instead. No problem. Right, I just want to move this to... Use it to move it, sorry. use it to move this cedar. Yeah, just, oh dear, just so it's out of the way. And I need to do this now without running over the pallet, which is inevitable. That's fine though, it doesn't matter. In actual fact, to be honest, once I've moved this chainsaw, this all needs to be out of the way anyway. Right. We have got to go to the shop at some point, obviously, to pick up our brand new purchase, which was an unexpected purchase, so we do have to do that at some point, but we'll do that in a minute. While I'm here, I'm going to move this, because you will see why in a minute, but I have got a shed which needs to go here, and I think it looks really cool. So, and it's quite cheap. And then that will be more realistically price-wise about where we should be for this episode. Right, let's do that. Let's leave that there. Right, I'm sure that if I cut it like that, now it's making me cut even higher. Come on. Why is it being like this? Why is it being like this now? I'm not cutting it all the way up there. What? What is it? It was working a minute ago. What is happening? A minute ago it let me cut much, much lower. Ooh. Found a sweet spot. But I can't get it. Right. I feel like this is not going where I want it to go, right? Shall I do this realistically more than... Yeah, let's do this realistically more than doing it efficiently. Right, come on. Oh, this is driving me mad. Come on. Right, I'm just going to do it there. Let's go. Chop this down. Might take a while. It's definitely going to take a while. What was this tree type? A Northern Catalpa. Is that how you say it? Wow. It's pretty big. You know, I don't remember a tree taking this long to chop down ever, to be honest with you. Might have a little snooze in a minute, just while I'm waiting. Come on. It's nearly there. It's nearly there. Through. There we go. Surely. Boom. Look at this. Okay. Alright. Cool. Right. So this gives me the option to delete it. I'm not going to do that. I don't know why, because I haven't got super strength turned on. I kind of hoped I would be able to chop it a little bit lower, if I'm honest, but maybe not. Right, let's this is big, isn't it? This is a large tree. Let's see if I can delimb some of this. Okay, I either time-lapsed that or just skipped it. Probably time-lapsed it, so you can see I've done it properly. But that was a very, very, very big tree. Probably the biggest tree I think maybe I've ever cut down in a farming simulator game. Yeah. Is that quite a bit of wood? I don't know. I can barely pick up any of this. Some of it like that, I can pick that bit up. I could hardly pick up any of it. Even the bits that look like you should be able to pick up, like this piece. I can't pick that up. So it's heavy. Which means potentially more literage, which means potentially more money. But yeah, I had to ram it into this corner using the front loader. And to be fair, the Deutz-Fahr actually rammed it all pretty good. But I don't quite know how I'm going to load that up. Not sure. Not sure yet. But for a minute, that's its new home. Now, yes, I probably should have moved that and our little plough first. That would have been a good idea. Because I don't know why I thought I could actually control the direction in which the wood was being pushed. But yeah, these pieces sticking out here, they solved that problem for me, didn't they? So yeah, for a minute we can't get to the sprayer or the little plough. We don't want that little plough for a minute anyway. But anyway, right. So now I'm going to we'll go to the I think it's the warehouse. We'll go to the warehouse first with, in fact, I can park that up there with the canola oil and sell that. Hopefully make ourselves a little bit of money, potentially enough money to buy a plough, because that is priority. That is what we need to be looking at. And then, I mean, I've got to get to the shop somehow, haven't I? To pick up our newest purchase, which is probably three or four episodes before I wanted to buy it. I would love to get a truck. We don't really need it at the moment, but for that price, I couldn't not buy that. Absolutely not. I mean, that was so good, in fact. And it was a mod I've activated, so that was one of the ones I like the look of in the first place. So yeah, I had to get that, really. Do you know, I knew there was going to be another pallet appear underneath. I just knew that was going to happen. Because that's just the way it works, isn't it? Alright, let's just, oh dear. While we're here, I'm just stacking these up high because we'll load them onto the back of that transporter in a moment. Okay. Bendercat in particular, only because you've noticed it before. You've kind of made some comments before about certain products recommended to me to try and sort out a tiny little bit of an echo that I have sometimes. So hopefully now what I have done, I've not purchased anything yet, but I have got you know, it's a relatively good microphone. It's certainly, I'm not playing with like a headset or something. So I've tweaked some settings. I spent a bit of time testing, recording myself talking, listening to the different settings. Hopefully now it's a little bit better. So yeah, Bendercat in particular, or just anyone else, if you've noticed it, is the sound, and when I say the sound, I mean me. I don't mean the game sound, but does it sound a bit better? Is there a slight less of an echo at the minute? Yeah, let me know. I'm interested to know. I think the majority of the time, and the echo that you hear is actually because, well, I can't see the screen very well. I don't actually know where my glasses are. I should have glasses for, not for reading, have glasses for distance, but things like televisions and anything LED, some of the lighting just makes my vision go a bit blurry. Nothing too bad, but a little bit blurry. So what I have to do is sit closer to the screen whenever I'm reading something. And what that means is the microphone picks me up from a different direction to be in kind of right in front of my face. So yeah, I think maybe some of the echoing you hear or some of the odd noises you hear around my voice might be because I'm sitting further forward so I can actually read the screen. It more than likely is that. Definitely. Right, I don't know where these are going to go, but we might as well just move that out of the way so it's a bit easier to get to. Okay, and that's why I've brought this over as well, just so that I can unload what's on the transporter. I think, you know, once we go and sell this, oh dear, I can't say a thing still. Once we go and sell this canola oil, I think this transporter's done its job now, you know. Now that we've got the truck. Yes, we don't have a trailer for it, but hopefully that truck has a towing hitch, does it? I don't know, I didn't really look. But hopefully it does. And if it does, then we'll use that from now on, really. And yeah, well, it's still worth, what did I say it was worth? Like 20 odd grand. Nice. Yeah, I would like to, I don't know, I'll have to have a look at the various different settings, I'm sure it tells you, but I would like to know just how much I owe across the farm, across the various hire purchases, because at one point I was controlled with it, at this point I'm kind of a bit wild with it. But, oh, it's typical. That weight stopping me from picking it up, let's do it properly. Yeah, I am a little bit wild with the hire purchase, but I still stand by one of the things I said in the first episode, maybe not even the first episode, maybe it was in the pilot episode. Anyone can get car finance. The way that they give out oh no, do that every time, don't I? Yeah, the way that they give out car finance, regardless of what someone's credit history is, it's almost like anyone can get car finance these days because they make so much money in the commissions and stuff. So yeah, I still stand by that. Not taking out a loan was a good call to make, but having the ability to take out car finance is realistic, and I think it's worked really well in the series actually, because I've still had to struggle through to try and make the actual hardcore cold cash. Because people like Walter only want that kind of stuff. They only want the bunders. Right. Anyway, that's good. That can now move. Put this over here. Good. It certainly feels a lot smoother around here now. I know that cobblestone's probably an unusual thing to have at the farm, but it looks kind of cool, doesn't it? But eventually in these flat areas here, we'll change all of that out to like concrete or something. Just so it looks a bit better, and it's a bit easier to manoeuvre. Things like this tractor on this cobblestone, it's quite difficult to use the front loader. There's a bit of a pain. Right, so that's oh no. This is going shockingly well. Oh, I mean, to be fair, that was a good move, wasn't it? That was a good move. Okay, let's open up the forks a bit more. And yeah, I've gone into this extremely straight. See how much difference having the forklift makes. I really like the forklift. I can load stuff up pretty good with the forklift. With a front loader on a tractor, it's a whole different story. Especially when the ground is bumpy. Right, there we go. That's better. Now I'm lined up. Oh, it's doing something weird. There we go. That works, doesn't it? Good. Okay. Why is it going backwards? I want to go forward. Come on. Typical. I put that other one in sideways. I was going to stack them one above the other just to try and be efficient. And I put the pallet in the wrong way. Doesn't matter. They'll still stack, I'm sure. Probably fall off, but no, that's good. Cool. Right, let's get the canola. Stop mucking around now. Come on. God, that took me ages. Get the canola pallets onto the back of that transport truck. We'll go to the farmer's market. We'll sell the transport truck. And then... we'll sell the canola oil. Then we will sell the transport truck. And we'll drive back to the farm in our newest edition. Kind of completely unneedled deer. I suppose the weight of those pallets plus the weight which is actually on the front is probably a bad idea. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. But it's fine. It's not fine. It's definitely not fine. Come on. Come on. Oh, okay, right. Well, that's not gonna work, is it? No, that is not gonna work. Right, let's go with 2 pallets, shall we? Let's stop trying to be lazy. Stop trying to cheat. Okay, 2 pallets. Good. Oh no, I'm mucking this up completely, aren't I? Yeah, I think definitely keeping an eye out for a forklift is a good call. Just for my own sanity, to be honest with you. Just to make me feel better. Obviously, I'm not putting 100% concentration and effort into this anyway, because I am trying to talk, and I am a male, and we don't tend to multitask too well. But yeah, come on, I just want to sell this. Just want to get it sold, don't we? That's all we want to do. Good. Do you know, if we did that initial contract for Walter, the one I was talking about, which was the harvesting contract, which was for canola, and if we kept a bit of that canola and then put it into our mill, we actually would have had enough to generate 1 more pallet. So that's karma for me not doing it, I suppose. But 5 pallets is still good. I mean, what did I say they were? 5,600 each. So this is alright. This is still 27 grand-ish. Which is alright. Which is alright. Probably a little bit more than that, in fact. Environmental score as well, maybe? Do they give you an environment? I don't think you do get an environmental score for this kind of product, do you? I mean, I don't mind if they want to give us some, but... Right, come on. This is extremely neat loading. I genuinely think, though, this will be the last time we do this, because... Yeah, I think a curtain-sided trailer to go with that new Volvo is a given, to be honest. Right, they all strap up nice, so we're going to sell them. Anything else we need to do while we're here? Very quickly. Again, let's have another admiration of this. Can I pick this pallet up? Oh, that's annoying. That is annoying. Right, I'm going to place a shed there as well in this episode. Definitely. So, let's just sell this. Make sure that we've got some decent money here. I mean, to be honest, we might have enough to get that field now, you know. Yeah. As long as there's enough to cover the bills for the following month, maybe we'll, come the end of the episode, we'll actually decide, oh my gosh, I'm not going to miss this turning circle. Yeah, maybe we should get that field in this episode. That would be a good progression, wouldn't it? Oh my, why is it just turning itself into the hedge then? It's playing up because it knows it's going to get sold, I reckon. Keep forgetting about that. We really need to bring that in from the field. That's really bad of us to leave that there like that. At least it's been a kind of a warm November. In fact, why is this turning so much like that? This is odd. Yeah, no, I haven't seen it rain actually for a little while, to be honest, which is very strange for a British map. But whatever. We're nearly here. Just stuck behind traffic again. Yeah, see how much this is going to make us. I think it's the farmer's market that buys the canola oil. I think it is, isn't it? I'm sure it is. Right, let's go into here. Let's go. Right, we know we're going to have to unstrap it, so let's do that now real quick. The thing that doesn't have any brakes at all. There we go. Right, what are we going to make? We are going to make... Boom. 28... You do get an environmental score. Right, 28,646. And we made 2,843 environmental score. That's a lot more than what I added up to in my head. Mainly because of the environmental score. Ideal. Perfect. That is. Absolutely perfect. And do you know what? I've done that thing again where I forgot we are also going to sell this truck now, aren't we? So I've got the other truck on hire purchase. And then we're going to sell this truck. So that's going to be even more money. I keep doing that. As much as the hire purchase mod is really good, and I do really, really like it, if I can afford to buy something, I should buy it. I shouldn't just put it on hire purchase for the sake of it. And I keep doing that. I keep buying stuff too quickly before I actually think about what I'm going to sell. So yeah, we probably could have just bought that truck, to be honest, and still had enough money to actually buy the field, potentially. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'll have a little fiddle in a second and see whether or not I can work out just how much debt we're in, because maybe we can pay a little chunk of that off. Maybe. If it works that way, I don't know. Is it even an option? Maybe you can't pay off hire purchase early. Maybe I need to go into the trigger, the shop trigger, to pay it off. I don't know. I'll have to have a little bit of a play. If any of you use that mod, which I imagine a lot of you do, because it is a really cool mod. But if you do use that mod and you know the answer to those questions, then let me know. Doesn't that look cool over there? Look. I really like that. That suits this kind of area perfectly, I reckon. Yeah, I love it. Right, here we go. Wow, this is the end of an era, but I'm glad to get rid of it. Yep. So how much is the truck worth? The brakes don't work, by the way. If someone appears there, happens every time. £25,830. Can you believe it? Right, we're going to sell that. That's it. Done. It's gone. We've got £94,196. That is ridiculous, to be honest. Completely ridiculous. But it's good. It's good, it's good. I love it. Maybe... No, we won't get it now. So December, January, basically by the time the lettuce and various vegetables, tomatoes, onions are ready to go, ready to be sold, which we know will probably be not the next episode, the episode after, we need to purchase a curtain-sided trailer. So we'll head back up to the shop in this to pick that up at some point. If we're really lucky, again, I'll say it out loud, stuff always appears, but if we're really lucky, maybe it will appear in the used shop. I don't think I've ever seen a trailer in the used shop though, so probably not. That would look really suspicious, wouldn't it, if that appeared? But again, I have no control. Hopefully it does. This is kind of cool, by the way. This is cool. I like it. I like it. Yeah. I'm driving into a hedge. Yeah, I do like this truck. That is a cool little mod. I like how the top moves separately, lit, just like a real truck would. I like it. Cool. I forgot about our beacons as well. Yeah, I've got the mod installed. Look, it gives you random beacon lights, which is clearly working now, isn't it? Because, yeah, they're definitely not perfectly aligned. But when it comes to the tractor, the Deutzfahrer, in fact, which has strobe light, and no matter how you do it, they're always equally aligned. They're exactly the same. So I wondered for a minute if there was an issue with the mod, but it seems to be working quite well on here. Yeah, they are random. One side, the right hand side, is definitely faster than the left. Cool. Okay. Wow. Ideal. Turning circle is awful, as maybe you would expect from a truck. Don't think it's as bad as the other one though. Right, good. That was good. Deal. Where is it gonna live? That is the next question. It's not so much where's this gonna live as well. This is fine. Where is the trailer? Where's the trailer gonna live? Yeah. I can cope with the truck. I can put the truck anywhere. The trailer, wow. That's gonna be a different story altogether, isn't it? Right, start this engine. Let's move the forks or front loader in general. Let's just take that off. We'll leave it around the back here somewhere. I'm sure that'll be fine here. Make sure I remove the right thing. Oh no, I didn't remove the right thing, did I? Nope, I removed the weight. That. And now it's stuck to it. Why are we stuck? Why are we stuck? Probably because of the weight. I think it's definitely because of the weight. There we go. Right, cool. So I'm just going to take one of these pieces with me. So yeah, there's not going to be a great deal of farming in this episode, by the way, if you didn't realise. But we started it with a bit of landscaping. I know some of you quite enjoy watching the landscaping anyway. Bit of yard tidying, some good money. We just made a fortune there. And yeah, I mean, I've got to place a shed, so I'll place that shed in a moment before the end of this episode. And also, what else have we got to do? Buy the field. Yeah, let's do that. I'm really struggling to see where I'm going. By the way, if you can't kind of get that gist, yeah, I don't think this. Is it gonna fit? That's not touching the sides of that, surely. No. Back to this view. Oh, it was touching it then. That was my bad. Yeah, it's touching it again. That's just dodgy driving. Can only blame myself for that one. But it does kind of fit. Well, that's good. That would have been annoying if after all of that it didn't fit. It kind of fits. Right, let's drop that down. Good, good. Right, so you get the gist of it, don't you? You know what's gonna happen. I shouldn't have taken the front loader off because I needed to move that pallet. Maybe the weight will push it. Maybe. Yeah, the weight is down lower than the pallet, isn't it? Yes, that works. That works. Good, good. And we'll push it right up out the way somewhere. Although that's probably right in the way. Right, that would do for a minute. Yeah, so you get the gist of it. I'm going to move all the rest of the stuff into that shed and make it a bit tidier. And here, I'm going to do it right now, actually. So let's flick over to my map and see if anything else has appeared in the shop. Now, it would be nice to get that, wouldn't it? So the shed, which I want to buy, I'm not going to put this into a time lapse because I'm just literally going to put the shed down. Is this one here. It's only £4.5 grand. Which is pretty good value, and I really like this one because it actually has sides. The only thing I didn't like about this shed over here, this shed, I would prefer it if it had sides, actually. Yeah, I don't necessarily like the fact that that's open, but it's fine, it is what it is. Now hopefully, as you can see, the tree is exactly where I wanted to put the shed, which was no good. So we've kind of we've lost the space in our shed, but at least the tree is not in the way anymore. Right, where I need to be careful how I place this, don't I? Because I don't want the other tree in it. Let's go. Although, to be fair, that is actually going to... Right, if it goes into the tree a little bit, which it does, I'm sure that won't matter. Right, let's free place. As you know, I love to do. Yeah, that kind of works. Right, let's have a look at it a minute. Yeah, that's cool. I like that. I like that a lot. There is a bit of tree there, which is no good. Maybe from the other side I can just delimit, and hopefully it doesn't go crazy on me. That's good. I like the positioning of that. It does maybe look like it's floating a bit, but the best trick to hiding something floating is put a bit of grass down, isn't it? Or stick a little bush down or something. Yeah, we can hide that. Cool. I can still get access into this little bit here just to remove the wood. Yep, I like that. That's where it's pretty good. And that gives us place now to put things like the cedar there, the tedder, and anything else that's a bit smaller. I mean, we can probably get the trailer into there. In fact, that's actually quite a bit deeper than I thought it was. So, pretty good. So we've gone from having loads of equipment with nowhere to store it to lots of storage now. Probably more than what we have equipment. How bad is this? Yeah, that is quite bad, isn't it? That is pretty bad. Okay. I'll do this on camera because you can see just how bad this is. This is going to go really bad. This tree trunk is going to go flying somewhere, isn't it? Oh no. Yeah, it is. But hopefully it's just fallen over in the shed. That would be the ideal situation. Either that or it's just flying around. No, that works. That it doesn't work. Oh no. What have I done? Let's cut it down a bit. Yeah, I'm sure that helps it, doesn't it? Eventually it will just disappear somewhere, I'm sure. Okay, I can't get it. Up on top of this shed somewhere is there you go. That's where it's ended up going. That. Yeah. I can't get to it. I can't get to it. I probably could get to it if I used some sort of mod. Probably just the easy dev tools, but I'm not gonna. That's fine. We'll just pretend we didn't see it. Okay. Cool. Wow. That's really, really good, isn't it? That's amazing. Now, let's buy this field because someone did say it in the comments, I think Whisper and Nest, but the Walter, the discount does reset once you use it. So we want to, before we do any more contracts, we want to use that discount, don't we? So 53,796. We are going to have so much money left. So we're going to buy that. Yeah, definitely you want to buy that for 53,000. Cool. There we go. Yeah, I mean, we could even consider, whilst we're here, not right now, but maybe we want to do some contracts for Katie and get the complete length of the field. Right, let's go and have a look. Let's have a proper look now, shall we, at what our new field looks like. Cool. Lovely. In fact, let's do it in construction mode because you can see it better. Yep, that's a decent sized field, that. Definitely. If we plough it up, at the minute it's just meadow grass. I also quite like that entranceway to it. I like it. It looks quite rustic. Cool. Okay. The land owned by Katie is actually woodland, so we won't get that. We don't really want that. It doesn't look particularly level. In actual fact, that's a contender for starting this series, a bit like what I've done already, because this is also quite a nice area, isn't it? I mean, how cool does that look? That's really, really cool. I like that. I like that quite a lot. And that house is pretty cool. Yeah, see, this map is a standard size map, but it's funny that even I've put probably wow, I don't know how many hours into this map. A lot of hours into this map already. And I'm still finding areas that I didn't even notice. So, yeah, that's kind of cool, isn't it? Right, so that from here looks like a field shape, doesn't it? That actually does look like a field shape. Is that a field? Maybe I don't need to plough it. Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. What's the button? Let me switch back to controller because I'm struggling with it. Okay, so on here, it doesn't show a field shape. I mean, it doesn't look like a field shape on here. That is confusing, though. From above, it definitely looked like a field, didn't it? I think I'm going to try. I mean, I'm assuming I can't plant already. What am I doing here? This one here. So, canola. No. So, I can't really plant much, to be honest with you. You can't... We could plant wheat, you know. Okay. What I'm actually going to do... I'm not going to actually plant the field because it's got to be canola. It's got to be canola. But I'm just going to see if our direct drill seeder will plant the wheat. Because that could save, well, that would save a lot of time with a plough. A heck of a lot of time because I don't particularly enjoy the ploughing. Anyone who likes ploughing is a bit weird. Because it's just tedious, isn't it? Oh, start the engine. God, it's stalled. It's stalled on me. Clutch control's not very good. Right, come on. Why would it not connect to that? Come on. There we go. Yeah, I'm going to, I don't know. Fingers crossed. Hopefully this works. Because if it does, that would be brilliant. That would actually make my day. Definitely. Right, this is our first little trial run of this section. Not actually too bad, you know. That little pathway there is alright. That's pretty good. So, right, what we want to do is put it this way. And we want to detach from there. Yeah, that's cool. That's what I wanted. So this can go here. Good. And then this can go here. This will actually, I think, attach, even though, yeah, it kind of attaches invisibly. Because we haven't lowered the thing down. There we go. Now it's attached. And I'm pretty sure you can unfold... Okay, wow. Literally what I was about to say is not true at all. I'm sure you could unfold it before, but that would have been on FS22. So now you can only unfold from this side, which is annoying. But I suppose it makes sense, actually. So let's connect it up, unfold it. Cool. And then disconnect it again. Yeah, there we go. Every time I use this seeder, it's a learning curve. There we go. Right, now it should... Well, it will work. Will it direct drill? Or will we still need to get a plough? What do you think? It's not going to let us do canola. We know that. So let's just do a little test patch of wheat. Right, lower it. See what happens. No, it's not doing anything, is it? Do I need to turn this on? Let's have a look. No, it should just work, shouldn't it? Yeah, so we're going to have to plough it. Fine. It is what it is. I could have sworn from above, though, it looked like a field. Definitely, I can make out some form of shape. Definitely. Okay, right. Let's raise this up. We're not going to worry about using the attacher and all that because we're here where we need it now anyway. So let's just, if we can, yeah, utilise this area here. Well, that tree stump's a bit of a pain, isn't it? That'll do. Good. This tractor can just kind of live around here as well. I don't know if this tractor is suitable to pull that, by the way. It worked fine then, but it wasn't actually doing anything. So I think that still is a case job. Okay, but yeah, that's our field. Amazing. That really is cool. And along with the field, we've now got some decent storage. I mean, look at this. This is definitely very different to what we've had before, isn't it? I love it. I'm going to spend a little while now rearranging all of this, but actually it works quite well, doesn't it? It works pretty good. Right, how are we looking for time? I think we're probably doing pretty good now, actually. So, yeah, I'll just summarise the episode. So, how much farming actually happened? From a fieldwork point of view, absolutely none. But this is one of those episodes that needs to happen. We've got this, which actually I'm really happy with. I'm glad that I didn't miss that because that would have been annoying. Yeah, I really like that. It's completely useless at the minute. It doesn't even have a trailer, but once we get a curtain-sided trailer, we potentially even have enough money to buy one. I'm not sure how much they are, but that would be cool. All of this next episode will not be here. I'll tidy that all up off camera, get everything back to where it should be, including the... well, actually, I'll leave the case where it is, but I don't think it will be in the middle of doing its deed there with the bale. Yeah, and the next episode, I guess it's getting ready to start selling more again, isn't it? Maybe we'll plough the field the next episode and we'll get a curtain-sided trailer and load it up ready to go. Then first thing when we get into January, we can sell it and we'll be making some big money, some big money. Definitely. Cool. Wow, this has been enjoyable for me. I hope it was enjoyable for you. And until the next episode, which should be at some point this week, cheers and gone.